Coming up today on This Is True Really News, the Flathead Beacon Police Blotter. Guaranteed to not have any repeats. So there.
Never heard this promise before.
Please like, subscribe, and follow to This Is True Really News, because frankly, we need the help.
I mean, on the first show this week, didn't we do 17 retakes just to find stories you hadn't used before?
Two.
One you'd used in 1948.
Let me point out, it was typically you that was repeating stories.
Is it?
None you'll confess to. Now that's funny. I like that.
Got any proof of that?
Yeah. Yes.
Uh-oh. I'll be gone for a while. I'm taking a 5-day trip to Ibiza.
Which is nice. I hope it's a great time. I'll talk to the judge for you.
And my grandson actually went to his first day of preschool, by the way. He did not head to the roof and skip out reading the Iliad.
This is nice.
A book about the Iliad.
So, if you need to send us, if you need to send a chiding note that's going to take longer than a typical comment, which you can put anywhere, send it to titr@netradio.network. Send stories you think we ought to use that we haven't done before.
Just to clear this up, just for a moment, if you do write anything on like a chalk on a wall, you have to take a picture of that and then add it to because otherwise we won't see that.
Yeah, exactly.
We may think we're omniscient,
but we're really omnipotent.
Pretty close.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
Before he shuffled off this mortal coil a couple of weeks ago, French film icon Alain Delon.
Oh, Alain.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Once suggested that he wanted his beloved sheepdog Lebeau, not Lubo.
No, not the actor from Hogan's Heroes.
Well, he's dead already, so that'd be even extra creepy.
Ooh.
He wanted his beloved sheepdog buried with him. To the relief of animal lovers around France, the dog will not be buried with him and will be allowed to live on.
Thank you.
Delon, an internationally acclaimed and prolific actor and producer, was 88 years old when he died. In 2018, he was quoted in a Paris Match interview saying he wanted his dog, a Belgian Malinois? Sure.
Those dogs are incredibly smart. And
he adopted, so if you tried to bury him with him, he'd just dig you up. And
then he'd come after you.
Yep. He adopted in 2014, buried with him. Said, I've had 50 dogs in my life, but I have a particular relationship with this one. Well, it was alive for one. If I die before him, I'll ask the veterinarian for us to leave together, please. I'd prefer that to knowing that he would let himself die on my tomb amid so much suffering. Wow, he was a French actor.
Yeah, he thought a lot of himself, apparently. I wonder how the dog's doing. Does it say?
I don't know. After his death, animal rights activists and concerned citizens raised the alarm about the pooch's fate. An official with the Brigitte Bardot Foundation, my favorite, by the way, French actress.
Brigitte Bardot.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Who's the other? Sophia Loren.
Italian.
Yeah, good. So Brigitte Bardot, my favorite French actress, because it would be a toss-up at that point.
Okay.
I still like Anne Margaret and Raquel Welch a lot, though, so I'm still homegrown kind of guy. Where was I now?
I don't know.
Oh, official Brigitte Bardot Foundation, a prominent animal rights group founded by the famed French film star. And she was close with whoever this is, Delon.
Yes,
Elaine
they would.
Delon.
They would be close friends.
Similarly, I'm guessing in age.
Yeah.
Said that he contacted, not obviously Brigitte did not.
Brigitte.
The person who heads the foundation did. Foundation members expressed concern. And they said he has a home in Douchy. Douchy?
Douchy? Douchy.
Douchy.
See, I don't want to say douchey.
And it fits.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
They said he'll have a home anyway. in a town that sounds clean.
Yeah.
The official spoke on condition of anonymity because he was not authorized to publicly be named, according to the foundation's communication policies. The official said the actor was a longtime friend of the foundation, helped raise money.
Hey, Kitty City, don't repeat that.
Any
joke.
of this.
Please don't. Yeah.
No, family didn't publicly comment about the dog, though. The French version of the ASPCA welcomed the family's decision. The dog said woof.
Flathead Beacon Police Blotter, 12:51 p.m. A standard poodle being walked around town was definitely in need of a trim. And that's
nails, hair.
That's a 911 call. Let's do a Brazilian blowout, for the hair. Let's see how we get.
Sure.
3:31 p.m. A woman called 911 to see if she could check up on her son, who had joined a new church recently and hadn't spoken to her since. 4:11 p.m. A man got out of his car, punched out his own passenger window, then kept driving. These people live weird lives.
A worrisome fly in there? What?
Who knows? Maybe he was just proving he could really do it.
That could be.
4:12 p.m. Someone dialed 911, whistled, said, "Good boy," and hung up. Officers determined it was a pocket dial from someone playing with their dog.
One hopes.
4:18 p.m. Two preteens accidentally discharged a can of bear spray all over their legs. That sounds about right, doesn't it? Sounds to me like they were prying something.
Sure.
So the bear only ate them down to the waist. 4:56 p.m. Someone called
trying to lose weight.
4:56 p.m. Someone called 911 to report a man who was waving a knife around. Officers responded and found a man holding a stack of cups. 5:52 p.m. A man set up a table in a parking lot with a sign saying there were guns and lemonade for sale.
Really?
Yeah. He said he'll be back next Tuesday for hard liquor and handgun night.
The local ballpark.
Yeah. 10:33 p.m. and this is the last one. You're welcome. A man lying on the ground was just trying to sleep off the drinks he'd had at the bar before heading home. I don't want to walk home
drunk. Just going to sleep here.
Yeah, he wet my pants too.
Two stories for the price of one.
Yay.
I think we could file this under Don't Mind Them.
Okay.
Fairfax County, Virginia, last month, a man entered a 7-Eleven store, displayed a knife, which was the least interesting part of the robbery, according to Fox 5 DC TV. The man was described as Hispanic, was wearing a black cowboy hat upon which perched two parrots. See, the knife becomes inconsequential. Another parrot was riding on the man's shoulder. So what we have here is one man, one knife, one cowboy hat, three parrots. The suspect escaped in a blue SUV. That seems like a letdown.
Yep.
With the ever popular undisclosed amount of money. He had to take the parrots with him. They were there when he planned this. They would have squealed. They would. They
would have squawked.
For a cracker, they'd have rolled over on him like a ton of bricks.
Mixed metaphors aside, we're going to the Toronto Sun via Ronnie Tucker.
Well, I couldn't call them a stool pigeon. That would have been stupid. They're parrots.
A report from the Express Tribune says that during a scheduled splenectomy.
Is that where your spleen is ectomied?
Well, spleen.
No, I like the spleen part better.
By Dr. Thomas Sheknovsky.
Wasn't there a band like that, the Spleen Doctors?
Sheknovsky, based at Ascension Sacred Heart Emerald Coast Hospital in Miramar Beach. The wrong organ was removed. The good doctor. Now, can we really call him the good doctor at this point?
No.
Have to call him the okay doctor. Well, half-assed doctor, maybe. Removed William Bryan's liver instead of his spleen. resulting in catastrophic blood loss, forcing the patient's sandwich to hit the floor.
Duh. Livers are much more important than spleens.
Brian, who was visiting Florida with his wife, Beverly, started experiencing abdominal pain and was admitted to the hospital. He was diagnosed with a spleen abnormality.
It made it look like a liver? It was. He was born with two
livers. Wait till you hear the explanation, what the doc told him. Or what doc told his wife, because it wouldn't do any good telling him. Brian and his wife were reportedly persuaded by...
wouldn't go any further.
Shaknovsky and the hospital's chief medical officer, Dr. Christopher Bacani, that immediate surgery was required. The expected lawsuit claims, during the operation, Shaknovsky removed Brian's liver, mistaking it for the spleen, which is on the opposite side of the abdomen. He informed Brian's wife the organ
put Alexas on these things
was severely diseased and had enlarged to 4 times its normal size, and
so it should have been kind of standoutish,
and had migrated to the other side of the body. Yeah. Without the required visa and or green card, I expect.
No forwarding address. It was just moving.
He just looked in the wrong place. It sounds like. The mistake was discovered only after Brian's sandwich hit the floor. And when it was confirmed that the spleen was still intact and the liver weren't. Don't you think they'd say, has it migrated? Really? Let's check. Oh, look, there's the spleen.
I have to do one. Remember when I said I had 2 stories that were kind of together about the parrots?
Yeah.
I only did one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You started with Spleen Boy.
I apologize.
Liver Boy.
We'll fix it.
That's odd, right? That they took out his liver and he didn't. This was just a throwaway in Northern England, because the other one, right? Cowboy Hat, 3 parrots, was around DC. In Northern England, an unnamed driver was issued a traffic offense report by police after he was observed motoring along the M62 with
a parrot,
an African gray on his shoulder.
Oh, wow.
You know, from most of the British cars I've seen, he must have been a tiny little man, because that parrot would have been.
Yeah, right.
Squawk. The Guardian reported
Squawk
animals, according to police, on their X account, animals should be in a suitable carrier or restraint so that they don't interfere with your ability to drive safely.
You know, I'd buy that.
You know what it was? I figured out Washington, D.C. crime.
What?
The parrot sitting on your shoulder.
Yeah.
It can talk, right? Parrots talk.
Yeah.
You know, there's a 7-Eleven around the corner.
I'm
going to go get my buddies. We'll help you knock it off.
That'll be nice. Knock it off or knock it over?
That's what. Well, they only have 2 claws and wings, so I'm guessing knock it over.
Yeah, there we go.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.